expected for tonight's outcomes, and we will know the entirety of the playoff matchups for the NBA playoffs going forward. So we will be chatting about that pretty heavily today. We've got NHL playoffs ahead of us as well. We're going to be looking into some of those potential matchups that we may be getting into. And then, of course, we've got MLB for the weekend ahead as well. Curtis Phillips in with us chatting, our handicapper here on the Ticket Punchers. Curtis, how are you doing today, sir? How has the week been treating you? How's Friday been going?
Going good, Roman. The week's been just fine, and I'm just ready to dive in, to this week's slate. And obviously, we have Thunder over Louisville tomorrow, so if it doesn't rain so much, I'll be looking forward to that as well. But how are you doing today, Roman?
Doing well. I'm excited for the weekend. It should be a fun one. We've got Louisville City in action again on Saturday, followed by Thunder over Louisville after that down at Lynn Family Stadium. You can actually watch the game, stick around. If you want to watch the fireworks there, they're going to be allowing that to stay open after the game finishes for people there who want to experience it in their seat. So that's super cool. There's a lot of different things happening around town as well. Should be a pretty fun weekend. And Curtis, it should be a fun weekend of making some money and getting those punches in. Let's react to our, Wednesday punches is the last time we've been on the show. We didn't get anything out there, unfortunately, yesterday. But Curtis, feeling like that April's stacking up to be a pretty positive month here for me. We did a pretty nice job on Wednesday with our official punches. We go 4-1. Tampa Bay Lightning costing us our one loss. We also hit our jab on Wednesday as well with the Seth Lugo strikeouts. We had him for 5+ at plus money, and he goes over that and covers the 7 strikeouts there on Wednesday in the Royals matchup. But it's time to look into what we've got tonight. Curtis, back into the stream here with us now. Curtis, how did the Kings hoodie there that you got on, how did the Wednesday punches do, Curtis?
Yeah, Wednesday we broke even going 2-2 on the slate there. We had the Phillies and Phillies and Cubs nerfy. That did not come through for us. Solo home run, bottom of the first. That always sucks there. So we missed that, but we did get the Yerfy in the Pirates game. And then, as I'm pulling these up here. Oh, that's right. Paulo Banchero over the 13.5 rebounds and assists. He could not come through for us, but VJ Edgecombe in that same game did eclipse his PRA mark. So we do go 2-2. How about yours, Roman?
We went 4-1, Curtis. We hit the Andre Drummond 10+ rebounds along with the Warriors Clippers over 220.5 and the Steph Curry, over 26.5 points. He went on fire there in the second half of that game. Royals Tigers hit the under 9.5, and then we missed the Tampa Bay Lightning money line. It's pretty wide slate that we can have with this Friday show, Curtis, because we've got the entirety of the weekend as well. I want to look into some punches that we are going to have for today, and of course we're going to break down a little bit of soccer for the weekend as well, Curtis, because I like giving them soccer plays out. This is the fun time of year in soccer. We've got a lot of fun matchups with Premier League rounding out its season and the top 6 teams trying to straggle some wins together and avoid dropping below them where they want to for the Champions League spots. Same thing happening in La Liga a little bit. So we may have a Saturday or Sunday soccer play for the weekend on top of the Louisville City play. But I want to look into tonight's play-in games, Curtis. We've got the Warriors and Suns in action in the West. We've got the Hornets and the Magic in action in the East. And I've got a punch, I feel like, for each of these games. I've got a couple of punches, actually, in each of these games. I'm rocking with the Hornets tonight as my first pick in the 7:30 matchup. They are the favorite in this game, narrow 3-point favorite. I like the Hornets because the offense is just too high-powered for what the Magic are doing out there. The Magic are not going to be able to keep up offensively with how the Hornets have been scoring the ball. The Hornets starting 5, as we know, one of the best offensive ratings in the league. They score the most points per game out of any starting 5 in the league since the 2026 calendar year flipped. And the Magic have been just trending in the wrong direction, Curtis. We had opposite picks on the last time the Magic were out there with the 76ers. You felt Magic we're going to get the job done. I leaned 76ers. And what'd you think of the Magic offense? It was abysmal.
Yeah, you was right there, Roman. You like you said, they don't have the consistent 3-point shooting out there. And when your best player is inconsistent like Paolo is, then that's just a telltale sign of what your team's going to be like. But yeah, when you're struggling to get up 100 points per game versus that 76ers team who's not great defensively, and that's kind of what you've done all year, then yeah, you're in a bad spot there. So the Magic, you was right on that. They don't have much offense. Defense is still pretty good, but just don't have that inconsistent offense. So yeah.
Paolo Banchero has made one of his last 17 jump shots, shooting 5.9% in his last 15 straight shots beyond 10 feet.
That's crazy.
Absolutely terrible.
That-
Absolutely terrible. And it's at this point, like, I don't understand how a coach hasn't said, hey, look, you taking these shots is hurting our offense. We're better off you missing these threes and giving us an opportunity at offensive rebounds than taking these long contested twos that you don't have a chance in making. Get him down on the block. Let him show off the footwork. Let him create from 8 feet away from the basket, where he has that soft touch around the rim and the ability to hit those floaters and those tough angled leaners. Put him in those kinds of spots if you're going to let him take tough twos. The tough twos from the mid-range is bad basketball when you don't have the balance with three-point shooting within that, and they don't have that right now. I don't see them hitting enough threes tonight to combat how many threes the Hornets are going to get up and make. I don't see Con Knipple and LaMelo Ball going 2 games in a row shooting so poorly from 3 like that. Give me the Hornets in this one, and give me the over. And I know I'm sitting here talking about the Magic offense and how they're just struggling to put the points up on the board. This over-under is sitting at 118.5, Curtis. The pace of play, I feel the Hornets are going to score well over 120 points, or at least get up there to the 120-point mark. I think that the pace of play is going to allow the Magic to get over that 100-point hump. I think it'll be comfortable. I think they lose by double digits in this game, if I'm being honest. I think this is like one of those 125 to 115, 112 kind of a game where you lose by double digits, you score enough points, but you just don't defend at a high enough rate. I know that they've got the size to combat a team going crazy in the paint. I don't think it happens with the Charlotte Hornets. Give me Charlotte. Give me the over 218.5. I'm taking the Charlotte money line straight up as my first official punch of the night, Curtis, and I'm taking the over 218.5 as my second official punch of the night. What do you have for us in this game? If not any official punches, give us just a take or a couple of thoughts you've got for this game, Curtis.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I've seen a lot of us are on that Hornets side. I'm not wagering on that, but I do think the Hornets win and probably cover the spread. The only reason I think the Magic can kind of keep it close is the simple fact that they're at home, and obviously their season's on the line. So I do think even if they don't get blown out, I think this will fall within the 10-point range. But to our point about Paolo, I will fade him. I will take his under 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. These teams have matched up 4 times this year. He got it the first game, hasn't eclipsed it since the first game. So he's missed it the last 3. In some of those games, the Magic were missing Jalen Suggs for a few of those, Franz, and now all those guys are healthy. So I'm just trying to I was trying to find every which way that he can cover this, but he's really been on the struggle bus lately, not only just shooting the ball, but turning the ball over. And like you said, they're not even getting him the ball in the paint. He's been on the perimeter trying to make plays, and that just hasn't been successful for the Magic. So
defense is figuring it out. Clog up the paint, wall up. Don't let him get into the paint, and you're not going to get efficient shots or decisions from Paulo.
Yeah, that's true. And the Magic haven't really made a lot of adjustments this year on that side of the ball. So I think Paulo goes a little bit under this PRA line. So that would be my first official punch.
I'm with you. I like the Paulo fade there. I'm going to be rocking with you on that Paulo fade as well. Looking into the second matchup we've got tonight, Curtis, Golden State at Phoenix. 3-point favorites for the Phoenix side here in this one. Over under at 219.5 in this one. I saw it at 218 earlier. I like the Warriors to cover the 3.5 points here. That is technically an alternate with the 0.5 to get rid of that hook. I took him at +4 on my same game parlay for the 2 games, but I'm rocking with the +3, which was my Big X Big Bet from the Running with Roman show. I think that the Warriors cover this. I think that they keep this game close. I picked them to win this game. I'm wondering if there's maybe something that I'm not realizing in this matchup, maybe to do with projected minutes. But I think if you can get some offense out of Kristaps Porzingis, and you get that defensive effort from Draymond and that defensive effort from Al Horford, you know that this offense is going to click with Steph Curry out there on the floor. You're going to get some points. You're going to generate those looks. It's a matter of the role-playing guys hitting the looks, which this is that Warriors culture, man. I like it. I like Steph and these guys to prevail just in this matchup tonight. Yes, there is going to be Mark Williams playing. Yes, there will be a healthy Jalen Green, healthy Dillon Brooks. I believe Grayson Allen is supposed to be playing in this one, but we haven't gotten confirmation on that yet. It looks like there's going to be no Grayson Allen in this one. I don't see Steph letting up here, Curtis. You look at what he did in the last game. He was unstoppable. The shots, the clutch shots, the off-ball movement, he's moving different still. Curry's still doing it. If somebody woke up from a coma right now from 10 years ago, that's what you'd have to tell him. And I think he does it again tonight. His line's sitting at 26.5 points. We've taken the 25 plus at -184. I like him at 26 plus as well. If you wanted to go and take an alternate over 25.5 to get that extra juice, 25.5 at -154, 26.5 at -130. That's about how far I would take him up in this one. Line sitting at 27.5. Curtis, give me Golden State to cover the 3.5 points. Give me Stephen Curry to cover the 25 plus points as well for 2 official punches in the second matchup. What do you have for us?
Yeah, I love the Warriors as well to prevail even on the road here. Steph just looks like he has that dog in him, and he's gonna do whatever it takes.
Got that look in his eye.
Yeah, he does. He's gonna do whatever for them to get in that playoff. Before I get in my breakdown and my official punches of this game, Roman, I do have a question for you. If you had to wager on one of these 2 guys tonight to get ejected first in this game, who would it be? Dillon Brooks or Draymond Green? Who you taking?
Oh, this is interesting. I think Dillon Brooks and Draymond Green are going to be battling. I think that is going to be a narrative you have in this story. I think you got to go with Draymond just because Dillon Brooks is going to get that home crowd behind him. He's going to have that home crowd advantage if that does mean anything. I've got to see who. This one depends fully on who the officials are. Do we have word on who the officials are yet for the? I mean, I'm sure we do. I know we do. I haven't seen word yet on who it's going to be.
Scott Foster, maybe.
If it's Scott Foster, somebody's getting ejected. If it's Tony Brothers, I see him keeping his cool. I see Tony
maybe a tech, cool. Maybe
a tech. Yeah, throw a couple double techs out there if the early on if things get too heated.
Yeah.
But if it's with it being in Phoenix, if it stays a close game late, I think Draymond has the advantage of keeping his head cool. If it's like Phoenix down 10, Phoenix down 8, Warriors got off to an early lead, and he starts getting in Dillon Brooks' head, that's when I see, I can see Dillon Brooks getting potentially ejected out of this one.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. I lean Brooks, too. I think Draymond Green, he's just too smart. In this type of spot, elimination game, I think I'll put my money on Brooks. But
I feel like if there was a Draymond Green and or Dillon Brooks to be ejected tonight, what would you put the odds on that at?
Oh, gosh. I mean,
-150?
Yeah, maybe around there. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. But as far as my official punch goes, I'll take G Santos, PRA over 20.5 at -126. And Roman, I think he's been one of the unsung heroes for this Warriors team. A big reason why they're even in this playoff spot right now. When Jimmy went down and Curry missed a couple months due to injury, he got inserted into the starting lineup, and he was kind of carrying this Warriors lineup for the most part. Had a great game versus the Clippers in that first playing game, 20 points. So it's a guy that just kind of does everything for this team. So I think he can easily get to the 21 PRA mark tonight. So that will be my second official punch and my only one for this for the night game.
I've got some for the weekend games, Curtis. I want to just go ahead and round out the NBA talk while we're on it. Anthony Edwards in tomorrow's matchup against the Denver Nuggets at 340 in Denver is minus 162 on the 25 plus points. He's going to average over this in this series, Curtis. We've seen what he has done to this Denver Nuggets side in the last handful of series against his team and in the regular season against his team. He takes that matchup to heart. He knows that there's nobody on this Denver Nuggets side that can truly guard him. Cam Johnson doesn't want that. Christian Braun doesn't want that. However, Christian Braun will try. I don't see Minnesota having a successful outcome in this series. I see Anthony Edwards going crazy, though, and that starts in game one. Give me the 25 plus points for Ant in that game one over the Nuggets. In another matchup, Curtis, I'm trying to hop on this line now while we've got it. Rockets, Lakers over 207.5. I know what this Rockets defense is. I know that there's no Luka. I know that there's no Reeves. There's still a LeBron that's a freight train out there, and he's going to do whatever he can to keep that game close. I like this game to go over. I like for the Lakers to either get blown out here and score just close enough to that 100-point mark to reach us over the 207, or I like it to be a close, it's 105 to 107 with 2 minutes left in the game, and we just barely safely get over it. So give me the over 207.5 in the Lakers-Rockets game. I think that moves up to like 209 by the time we get to tip-off. And for the same sake, Knicks-Hawks. Give me the Knicks. Money line, straight up, Curtis, to win game one over the Hawks. I know there's not a lot of juice on there, but for a little Saturday parlay, if you wanted to take something from 3 individual games, that's going to be my 3 legs for the 3 Saturday games that I'm going to be looking into. I also like the over 216.5 in that Hawks-Knicks matchup. We're going to go ahead and make that an official punch as well. So Knicks money line, Hawks-Knicks over 216.5, Lakers-Rockets over 207.5, and Anthony Edwards 25 plus points to wrap up my Saturday NBA official punches. Have you looked into the Saturday slate yet, Curtis? I mean, I know you know the matchups, but have you looked into any of the props or odds yet?
I haven't looked into much of the props, but I do have an official punch in the game that you didn't have one in, and that's the Raptors and Cavaliers. And I'm going to simply take the Raptors plus the 8.5 points. As y'all know, if y'all been watching since the beginning of the Ticket Puncher show, I do have a feature on the Cavaliers, but I haven't been impressed in the way they have ended the regular season, and frankly, how they played really since they got James Harden. So this is a Raptors team that has beat them all 3 games this season, and I just feel like they have the perimeter defense to stop James Harden or not stop him, but at least limit James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. So I think 8 points is a little bit too much. I think Raptors keep this one close. So give me Raptors plus 8.5.
Plus 8.5 at minus 112, plus 9.5 at minus 130, plus 10.5 at minus 148. All really good prices on a Raptors team who, like Curtis just mentioned, has not lost to this Cavaliers side yet this season. I don't expect them to get blown out in this game. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they won game one and make this have this be like one of those really weird series where the away team wins unexpected games. But I like the Raptors to keep this one close for sure. I think the total game score at 219.5 is an indicator that this one's going to not really be a high scoring one. 2 NBA teams not projected to score a lot of points. More times than not, there's going to be a close game. 8 feels way too high there in that one. So I like that play there, Curtis, a lot. No, I don't have anything for Sunday. Don't like the 76ers Celtics lines yet. If I'm being honest, I'm going to take the 76ers to cover the 12.5 points. I don't see a game one being that bad in that series. So no, nothing official yet. We'll try to get out on the airwaves before the Sunday slate starts up if we can. Curtis, we've got a lot of NBA talk out there. What do you got for us outside of the NBA? We've got a pretty loaded evening MLB slate for tonight, and we know that we've got the NHL playoffs on our hands on Saturday. What do you like?
Yeah, I'll start off with MLB. I was trying to that first week of UFL. I was digging out some stuff. Maybe I'll get into that tomorrow. But as far as the MLB goes, I have a few no home run bets. Obviously, these are jabs because they're big plus money. But the Rays and Pirates, this tips off in about 40 minutes or so. Got Nick Martinez and Bubba Chandler on the bump. So I'll be taking the no home run and got it at plus 550. Is a little concerning. I know Nick Martinez, he's a lot of home run in each game. But, I mean, his ERA is still low. You have wind blowing in PNC Park. So I think he can limit this Pirates lineup. And then Bubba Chandler, he's been really impressive on the season as well, the young Pirates pitcher. Did allow 2 home runs last game, but that was to the Cubs. And at the Cubs in Wrigley when the wind was blowing out. So, that's bound to happen in Wrigley when the wind's blowing out, just like it did today. So I'm going to sprinkle on the no home run in that game. I'm also going to take the Nerfy in this game. Both of these pitchers 2-1 to the Nerfy. I think if I think runs can be limited to start this game. So I'm going to take the Nerfy in that at minus 118. FanDuel has a 25% profit boost. So I did boost that down. Or excuse me, I think 50 actually. Sorry about that. And then the other no home run I'm going to take is in the Marlins and Brewers. I got this at plus 360. Jansen Junk, and I forget this pitcher's name for the Brewers, but he's making his first start of the season.
Hard to pronounce that one.
Yeah. Crowd looks like Coleman Crow.
Crow. I don't know if it's what the correct pronunciation is on that one.
Yeah, we're going to take – I'm really just fading the lineups here.
I like that it's C. Crow going up against J. Junk, though.
Yeah, J. Junk, yeah. So, yeah, taking a no home run at plus 360 in that one. Just not a lot of power throughout either one of these lineups. Like, both of these teams can score without hitting a home run. So, I also like the no home run in that game. So,
I like it. I got a dinger for today, Curtis.
Okay. Let's hear it.
It's in there. So I guess I should drop the official punch first. The official punch that I've got in the MLB for tonight is going to be the Nationals plus 1.5 at minus 130 on their home diamond going up against the Giants with Logan Webb on the mound, Littell on the mound for the Nationals. Webb just hasn't been impressive compared to what we had seen from him last season in his best outings. Hasn't really gotten off to that flow yet like we would have wanted outside of his one good start. So I don't think this is going to be a game in which the Nationals don't have a lot of runs or anything like that. I think the Nationals have had some headers already shown that they can hit, they can go yard. CJ Abrams has already done some work so far this season, and I like him to continue that tonight at plus 710. CJ Abrams for a dinger. That's obviously a jab. We don't put dingers on the official record, but give me the dinger from CJ Abrams at plus 710 for a little plus money fun for Friday. But I do like the Nationals at plus 1.5 on the run line to cover that. I've taken them on the plus 130 money line straight up to win as well. It's going to be our only MLB punch for the day there, Curtis. And that's going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening on the radio side of things. Shout out to the podcast listeners as well. For our YouTube and X viewers watching virtually, we will be live for a few more minutes after this. But without further ado, Curtis, let's go punch those tickets.
Punch those tickets.
Hurt the car accident.
All right, Curtis. Kerry in the chat said Hornets win and cover spread. We're with you there, Kerry. Appreciate you getting in on the chat. We didn't really get into the entirety of our picks. I didn't want to waste any radio time on that for the MLB. For the NBA slate for tomorrow, but we can go over it really quickly. I mean, I think we both agree Cavs win, but Raptors cover.
Yeah.
I think we probably both agree Nuggets win, but Wolves cover.
Yeah.
I think we probably both agree that Knicks win.
I like
they either win by 20 or win by 3.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not betting another Knicks spread ever. While Jalen Brunson and Karl Towns are the two best players there. I do like the over 216 in that game though. Rockets, Lakers. I don't think we're going to cover, Curtis.
I mean,
the only reason I think we can though is because the Rockets offense, when Kevin Durant's not getting buckets, they look like pickup ball out
terrible.
there.
Oh, for sure. That's how it's been all year. Now they did get better this last month or so, but I want y'all to cover. I mean, LeBron. I'm betting it's triple double like every game. Like he's gonna go ballistic.
I think we keep it close. I can see us not having enough offense in like the last 5 minutes of a crunch time game where we're down 4, down 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're sending to it, Bron.
Yeah.
Is Jake LaRavia gonna make that play? You know,
All right.
Is Rui gonna make that play? Is Luke Kennard gonna be able to average 15 in this series like you need him to if you want a chance?
I think he can.
I think he can. It's just I'm glad we're at home to start the series. If we can go 1-1 in these
that's big.
games, it'd be huge. I like the 207 and I like the 207.5 for sure in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I say Rockets win, but I guess we can lean Lakers covering. I think if Lakers can score enough to make that over, be on path, then they're going to score enough to keep it close with what we know out of this Rockets offense. Unless the Rockets offense is hitting a bunch of threes, they don't blow anybody out.
Yeah, that's true.
And then on Sunday, Curtis, I like Celtics to win. I like 76ers to cover.
I lean Celtics to cover. I'm not going to lie. I think this might be one of those games where they just come out hot and don't stop. It is.
I feel that way about the Spurs.
Okay, what the Blazers, right? Yeah.
I'm staying away from the 12.5. There's clearly something I'm not catching here in that one. I think I need to go look into some of the film between these two teams and with the starting five. I think that they played once when Tatum was back. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I need to go look, but I'm not feeling too hot on that game. That's why we didn't have anything too official in that one. These are low totals though, Curtis. I like the over.
I like the playoff environment
in that one. I'd like the over 213 in that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm mad at that. Obviously, we don't know the next two matchups. We'll know those tonight.
Yeah.
Be Thunder and Warriors or Thunder and Suns, and then Pistons or Magic or Pistons and Hornets.
I like the Hornets, man.
Yeah, I think Pistons and Hornets could get spicy if that was to happen. I like them too.
I'll tap in with you tomorrow. We'll see if we can get a little quick stream out there tomorrow or a quick stream out there on Sunday.
Sounds good, brother.
Let's go punch those tickets.
Let's go punch those tickets.